And this week, social media exploded with theories when First Lady and woman who's as much of a doctor as Hugh Laurie, Joe Biden, revealed who she thinks is to blame when she gave Kamala Harris the cold shoulder at Arlington Cemetery for Veterans Day. Harris and her husband, child care and domestic violence expert Doug Emhoff, greeted and shook hands with everyone sitting around them, except for one person, the woman sitting directly next to her, Dr. Jill Biden. Dr. Jill, for her part, didn't budge once Harris took her seat, stone-faced, looking straight ahead, cloaked by sunglasses and a face that makes Kristen Stewart look like a happy person.
Smile. Okay.
It looked like the final scene of a mob movie, except more entertaining, and with more bloodshed. Dr. Jill cannot stand Kamala. Kamala cannot stand Dr. Jill. It's now Real Housewives of Washington, D.C. There is only one way for Dr. Jill to have her full revenge, and it involves becoming nanny to Ella Emhoff. And this is just the start of the infighting. It's week 2 of Lord of the Flies. The kids aren't even hungry yet. Even if you don't want to single out one failed strategy in particular, you could always blame the ridiculous spending of the campaign. Did they need to drop 6 figures on Megan the Stallion twerking at a rally? Something like that usually costs $20 near the airport. And that at least comes with buffet.
Naughty, naughty.
Was paying Beyonce to speak and not actually do anything she's famous for, like singing, a good move? Did they need to spend $450,000 a day, that is the real cost, to advertise on the Las Vegas Sphere? I mean, first of all, that thing looks like the dome where General Zod was sentenced to the Phantom Zone. To be fair, the Sphere was the only part of the Kamala campaign that had any balls at all. Reminder, they lost Nevada, and they are the party of prostitution and drug use. On Tuesday, it was reported that the failed presidential campaign spent more than $1 billion in 3 months, an unbelievable price tag that included 2 $500,000 payments to Oprah's production company and another 6 figures to build a set for the vice president's appearance on the Call Her Daddy podcast, 2 celebrity endorsements that ended up with as much pull as Def Leppard's drummer competing in a tug-of-war. I do need to hone in on that Call Her Daddy podcast set. I want to show you a picture. Here it is. I asked my guys. They said they could build this thing for under 20 grand. I could build it for under 20 grand, and I'm a city Jew who can barely wield a hammer. Who'd they hire to build this site? George Bluth?
Truly solid as a rock.
But that wasn't all. $15 million on event production. $4 million on private jets, while crying about climate change at every campaign stop, might I add. More than $56 million on payroll and payroll taxes in 90 days. And you can only imagine the ice cream budget for Tim Walz. It got me wondering, did Kamala get paid every time she said thank you?
Thank you. 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 Thank you.
Oh my God. Is she crazy?
Thank you.
I'm not saying that this was a Democratic money laundering scheme. I'm just saying that that Nigerian prince that's been sending you emails thinks this was over the top. With the campaign allegedly still $20 million in debt, Kamala Harris has a better chance reopening blockbuster videos on every street corner to get a return on that investment. Honestly, it's kind of a fantastic window into what a Kamala White House would have looked like. Millions and millions to rich friends, $0 for people working, and losing from here to eternity. I can't imagine why she lost. It's a giant mystery. Next time they rent out the Sphere, may I suggest a new graphic? More of this in a moment. First, as social unrest escalates and crime rates climb, securing the safety of our families is more crucial than ever. Now, as you know, I'm about as pro-Second Amendment as it gets. I own a bunch of guns, but the thought of using lethal force, not ideal for everyone. This is why you need to check out Byrna. There are 1,000 reasons why you might want to use non-lethal force in your home. God forbid you make a mistake. Tons of reasons. Introducing the Byrna Ungun, the non-lethal self-defense platform. Lightweight, simple to use. It uses an easy-to-load 5-round magazine. It's powered by an 8-gram CO2 cartridge. Byrna launchers fire a 68 caliber chemical-filled projectile using patented pull-pierce technology where the CO2 canister is only punctured on the first trigger pull, meaning your launcher is always at the ready. It's capable of incapacitating an attacker for over 30 minutes. It's accurate and effective at over 60 feet. No permits, no background checks. It's interstate travel friendly. With Byrna, you will be prepared to defend. The Byrna is a safer, more sensible alternative that could potentially save lives on both sides, protecting both user and aggressor. Thank you to Byrna for sponsoring this video. If you haven't yet, go check out this week's episode of Ben After Dark on DailyWire Plus, brought to you by our friends over at Byrna. Well, meanwhile, President-elect Donald Trump has already started appointing cabinet members, and it has been unbelievable. Tons of winning. Let's hear some of these early selections from head coach Trump. First up, we've got top recruit power forward Susie Wiles. MVP campaign manager will start as chief of staff. Note, she's a powerful woman, who apparently Trump hates, or something, because he hates powerful women. And now, he puts the great in immigration. It's veteran superstar Tom Homan at Border Czar. Such a bulldog, he actually looks like a physical bulldog. He's from Hollywood Central Casting for someone who will deport millions of people and love it. And as seen on TV, give it up for your new defense secretary, Pistol Pete Hegseth. Yes, that Pete Hegseth, who once almost killed a drummer with a flying axe.
Who's going to win this battle of the lumberjacks? That's coming up next. I'm putting my money on...
And that's the least awesome thing about Pete Hegseth. See, he likes winning wars by letting the military kill bad guys. I know, it's a crazy idea, but it does take an outsider to get the military to, f***ing kill bad guys. Coming off the bench, we've got Mike Waltz as National Security Advisor. He's the good Waltz, not the weird Gumby character from Minnesota. And yes, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, the best tag team since the Legion of Doom, co-chairing the Department of Government Efficiency. Yes, it's called Doge. Not only will they shape up your budgets and infrastructure, they'll make a great buddy comedy, Cutting to America. One day, they'll be building statues to these people outside stadiums. Here's a mock-up of the statue for Tom Homan, for example. I see it. As Trump continues to make more MAGA-focused cabinet announcements, don't be surprised when you hear about his newest idea for a cabinet position, the ambassador of domestic shirt manufacturing. Yep, we're creating both supply and demand. Oh yeah, brother.